story that has broken while we've been on air. Dominic Raab, Ben, I'll come to you. He's written to the Prime Minister. He said he wants to have an independent investigation into 2 formal complaints that have been made against me. What do you think of this? Well,
it's interesting. I mean, there are a number of takes on this. First of all, I think it's interesting that it is first PMQs as Deputy Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak's away, and all this started blowing up over the weekend, and now it's come to a head on the morning of PMQs. It almost, I mean, I'm no great fan of this Conservative Party, but it's almost like a stitch-up organised by Labour to weaken Dominic Raab at 12 o'clock today.
But surely the complaints have come from within the Conservative Party, but...
No, I think the complaints have come from the civil service.
From the civil service,
yeah. Working for him. Right. My worry about this, sorry to jump in there, Ben, but my worry is that Dominic Raab has done this, put himself forward for an investigation, knowing that he hasn't really done very much, but hoping that this will make the story go away, that he'll be found kind of not guilty, and the story will die down. My worry is that it will have exactly the opposite effect. I mean, the very fact that we're still talking about it now is off the back of him having issued this statement.
And the Deputy Prime Minister being investigated for bullying.
Yeah. And we have a very low bar for bullying now, though, Maggie.
See, what I see here is every week we've got somebody else. It's a distraction from the real problems that we should be looking at. You know, yes, we had all the Partygate, we've had Dominic Raab. It seems that as soon as there is always going to be somebody to attack everybody, but they are working in government to put the country right, and this is a distraction. And you know what? They're like little kids in a school playground having fallouts. If it's serious bullying and sexual abuse or really serious stuff, let's deal with it. But this, for me, is just somebody who's thrown the teddy out the cot and is a bit fed up.
You're so right, Maggie, because the nation is facing
crisis.
This continuous stream of crises, perma-crises. Yeah. And all you ever get at PMQs is Starmer having a crack at some personal behaviour of one of the members of Cabinet. Yeah. Sadly, the Cabinet do feed the beast.
Yeah, but I think the country looks at this. People out in the country look at it, and the government have lost the respect of the country. And it's for issues like this that we are in the state we're in. Look at what's going wrong with the country and deal with the big issues.
I think the problem is there is a low bar for bullying. I mean, from what I've heard, not only was there a tomato being thrown into the bin, but Dominic Raab spoke to someone curtly. Well, I'm sorry, if that's the bar for bullying, then, sign me up as a bully.
Every workplace will have somebody that can...
Because when you're in a pressurised environment and you're dealing with important issues, yes, you do speak to people curtly because you're in a rush and you want to get things done. But I think the problem is not only have we got a low bar for bullying, we've also now got an activist civil service who actually see their role as... they feel put out by having these elected people coming in, telling them what to do. They think they know best. They object to being told what to do. And then making political trouble, well, that's not their job. They're not paid.
And they've succeeded in that a few times, and that's emboldening them, encouraging them.
But they've succeeded only because of the collusion of also activist journalists who are intent on making sure that these stories stay.
I mean, we've had Boris go, we've had Liz Truss go, we've had the Chancellor, we've now got Dominic Raab, and I'm not saying that none of them gain brownie points with me, but it's a pattern of behaviour, and we need to be focusing on what's wrong with the country, all pulling them together and getting us out of this mess. And this is just, minuscule